Hi there and welcome. My name is John Crow. Welcome to Pro Chef Academy. So today I hope you really enjoyed the video that I've made for you. It's another technique, another skill that I'd like you to master. Please join me on the journey and we can grow together, grow this community. Like I said, place a comment, hit that subscribe button, share the content, and we'll see you very soon. Enjoy the video. Okay, so today we're going to produce a range of classical cuts here and just to look at the process and how we're going to achieve that. So you can see we have a couple of things here. I have some trays here. I have a waste bowl. I have my pre-prepared starting point for my veg, which will be peeled, topped and tailed, but not cut. Weighing scales, sanitized. So before I start, I would sanitize down my whole station. And then as I go along, I will also clean in between tasks and stuff like that as well. You can see there, non-slip mat there, just to keep my board in place, always to the edge there as well, so you're square with your board. Weighing scales, obviously, ruler, which is going to be important for this task because there is specific dimensions that we want to attain. And then I have a tray then for my tools there that I need for this task. Again, something to just understand when you're doing this is, because we're being asked for specific weights, what I would try and do is select the right materials or the right ingredients there. So weigh your onion, select the right onion. So if you need 50 grams of onion for Brunoise there, maybe think about selecting an onion there that is maybe 70 to 80 grams, and then once trimmed and the root is removed, you would be close enough to that 50 grams. The same then with the onion then that you're going to slice, same sort of thing there. You're going to be asked for 50 grams for Lyonnaise or slice. So pick an onion there that is close to the weight so you will have less wastage. Okay. Same there with your veg there, also select the right veg. As you can see here, I picked this one just to show you here. As you can see there, this is what you would call woody. So the center part of that is solid there, which isn't great. Okay, so we wouldn't want to select this item. So the starting point is we need to measure and square off or cut our veg. Okay, so the first task we want to do is we're going to be preparing some Julienne from our carrot and also from our turnip. So we want to measure these, so they're like 4 centimeters. So we just mark with your knife. Take the time to measure it right. If you're not sure, go back. It takes a second. This is vital here. So as you can see there, we have 4 now. And you complete that process then for your carrots. The next thing we want to do is we want to square off our turnip here. Again, then try and pick a turnip there that's kind of small, that you won't have as much waste. Also another point as well, when you're chopping your carrots, kind of pick carrots there, even measure them beforehand and see there how many 4 centimeter pieces you're going to get out of it, so that you would have less waste as well. Okay, just something to factor in. So we want to square this off. There will be some wastage in this, but again, it's about selecting the right item, and then always put it down square on your board there so it's safer to work with. And then just look at it visually. Okay, so you have an item like that. As you can see, there is a little bit of waste there from that. But again, selecting the right item there will be important. Okay, the next veg here then again is our leek. Again then try and measure, okay, so that we have not as much waste out of it. Okay, so I just pre-marked this and I'm working from the head down to the root. And then I'm just going to cut these. Again, selecting your ingredients and your veg is as important there as how you cut your veg. Okay, so next task is we want to square off our carrots here. Okay, so obviously the safest way to do this is not like this, because it has a tendency it can fall over. Obviously it's a circle, it wants to roll, so what we want to do is just hold it and we cut off one side, and then we put it flat on the board and we just go around all of the sides. So like so, and we pop it in there. Secure, cut one edge off, then put it flat on the board, and then just turn it to a square, and we pop it in there. And we'll process that, all of them, just like that. We keep our board and area tidy and clean at all times. For the leek, same thing again. We're going to cut these in half. As you see, I picked these ones so they were woody here today. We're just going to discard there any leaves that are old, tired, or anything like that. Pop them in there. Again, then just check and discard anything that is not correct. And again, then this will speed up the process when we're doing the different cuts. But the preparation is key. To success then later on, and this will speed you up if you do your control checks at every point. Then it makes the job easier in the long run. Okay, so the next job is to cut into 2mm slices. We just measure here. And the next job is to cut our carrots. So take your time again, speed will come. Just take your time. So you want to cut right once. Okay, and we put them in nice neat piles first. And with practice you will know how much carrot will yield 50 grams. Now remember, in this instance we're being asked for a mix of 50 grams of julienne from 3 different veg. So again then you're going to be doing generally about 17-18 grams of each. Okay, and go nice and slow here, and then it's not worth trying to get another slice from that. Okay, so we have a pile there. We just put into our container, which we'll cut in a second. All right, so 4 centimeters. There. Okay. So again, measure again your 2mm. Mark with your knife. And cut your slices. I'm going nice and slow here. The more repetition and practice you have, the quicker you will be. Okay, what I've also done here, you can see on my container here ready with my parts for julienne, but I've weighed these here as well, and they're just slightly over the 17 grams, but that's okay here because we're going to now cut them into julienne, and there will be a little bit of trimmings for wastage, but we should be okay there. Okay, so we're just going to start with the turnip here. Again, move your tray back. I've only got 2 slices at a time here. Again, just measure 2mm so you can see with your eye there what 2mm looks like. And now we can do our cuts. So you want to cut once, cut right, like so, into the side. And once you get practice, then you'll be able to speed this up. May get one more. If you think you can't, then just remove it for waste, and then we get the second one. And again, then at this point you should know what your eye with 2mm looks like. feel that the turnip is a little bit slippy, so be careful with your knife. And then, like I said, so there we have our julienne of turnip, which I'll weigh now in a second. Same with the julienne card, I put them into little bundles of 2. Again, then always just reconfirm. Now with practice there, obviously your eye will be more astute and attuned. And again, then we take our time here. Again, we only need about 17, 18 grams here. So it's not a lot. And with practice, you will know how much carrot will yield. 17 grams. There, 2 of those together. Be careful. I try not to do more than 2 slices at a time. And go nice and slow here, just for this purposes of a training video. It would be good practice to have gloves on, but you can make sure that your gloves also fit securely. Again, then if you feel that it's going to crack like that, then just discard it. Again, it's down to the carrot, and then this will be important when you select the right carrots then. So again there, to produce there your 17 grams, it should take about 6 slices, generally 6 to 7 slices of carrot. So again, be mindful, these are the things you need to look out for. You don't want to be producing overwork. Okay, because time is precious here for this task. We just move them to the side on our tray. The next is going to be our leek. Again, then you just take a couple of slices at a time. Okay, and then just double check if you need to with your eye what 2 mil is. Okay, square it off. And finish each process as you go along will, believe it or not, speed you up. Now the gloves are something to be aware of because they are slowing me down here a little bit, as you can see, because they are a little bit ill-fitting. If you can get gloves there that are tight, skin tight, then that will be more beneficial. And again, no more than 2 or 3 slices. And always square off then before you start. So to produce 17 grams, it took me 1 of these. So that's just something to note there. It took me 1 of those, okay, allowing for waste and stuff like that, to produce 17 grams. So these are key things there that you should focus on then. Again, not over preparation there for this task and for the whole task that you've been asked to do. Okay, so the next task is we're going to Macedonie. So again, I have my block here. From that then we're going to get ½ centimeter slices. So we just mark that. Again then, with practice you should know how many slices do I need in order to produce 25 grams, because this one in Macedonie is just going to need you with your carrot and your swede or turnip. Again, you just cut like so, okay, and I'll just do 1 more, but again with practice you will know how much will yield 25 grams. Okay, put that to one side. I can go there, and again then you've squared off your carrot, so just have a look there and mark with your knife, and that will give you a guide then for your first slice, and every slice after that then should be the same. And then again you should know or have worked out then with your practice then how much carrot you need in order to create 25 grams for this task. From that then, you're going to cut them into 1/2 centimeter strips. Like so. And then once they're produced, then we're going to do the same with the turnip. Again, just check. And it's important there that you're seen to use your ruler as you go along. Like so. And then if you can get it, take it. Okay. And from that then, these are then going to be cut into 1/2 centimeter dice. Square off if need be. Okay, now just a note there, I removed the glove there to finish the leek, and my speed was multiplied by 4 or 5 times. So that's something you will need to be aware of when you're producing these tasks or the knife cuts then, even if you wear one glove there. Okay, but it's something to think about. So if I remove my glove here, and put my waste bowl underneath, you can see how much quicker I can be. Square off if need be, reconfirm, square off, reconfirm, and slice. Again, for the purpose of the video, I am slowing this down. Just to note as well, 2 slices from that there was able to give me 26 grams. And there we have 25 grams. So you're going to talk typically about 1.5 of those to give you about 25 grams once you've trimmed it up and stuff like that. Okay, so the next cut we're going to do then is Paysanne. So for this is a series of shapes. So you have triangles, squares, rounds, and diamonds as well. And for that then we are going to do 1 centimeter. Okay, sides. Okay, so again just mark with your knife, and we need a total just of 50 grams in total of this. So okay, and again then you can use this as a guide then for the second one. Like that. So prepare all these first. From that then we could do circles with this or squares with this. Again we just measure and mark, and again with practice then your eye will become better at this. It's important there that you're seen to be using the ruler like that. And again, like I said, because we only need 50 grams, it's not going to take a lot of each one. So there's like your carrot ready to cut up, and then we're going to process on then for the turnip and the leek as well. So for the turnip there, I'm just going to do some rounds out of this. So again, then we just cut. Okay, and use those then as your guide. Okay, one more. And then from that, then we just measure again 1 centimeter. Mark. Okay. If you want, you can use that as a guide then for the rest of them if it's been marked properly. Again, for the leek here, I'm just going to do 3 cuts here today. I'm going to do squares, circles, and I'm going to do the triangles. So this is probably going to be the slowest one. Again, I just made a start just to kind of show you. So we're just going to take maybe 2 layers at a time. Okay. Square off if need be, and then we just cut our slices like so. Okay. So again, then, because we've done 3 cuts for our julienne, we know it's going to be around 17-18 grams for each one. Okay, and then we turn these on our side. I'll put the strips there just to show you. So we have a lead in like that. Okay, that's waste, and then we go like that. So this, like I said, is probably going to be the slowest cut because it'll, of the weight, it's quite light. Okay, again, that's discarded, and then we just cut. Now you can probably do about 2-3 layers at a time, but it's all about keeping that nice triangle shape, like so. Okay, so from my turnip then, I'm just going to cut slices. So like 1mm slices. Just make sure you square off at the end before you start. So you will need to make a decision then, which cut do you start with? Do you start with the easiest cuts or the more difficult cuts, leaving you more time at the end than to focus on? Okay, just pop this on and just see where we are here. So again, I'm doing 3 here, so I need about 17 grams of each. The leek is slow, I would say that, and it will determine what cut then that you do. Okay, so about 2.5 sticks there give me 17 grams. And then from the carrots then I'm going to do circles. So for the circles then we just need to nick the 4 edges. Okay, just like so, just slight nick. Again, rough rounds is okay, it doesn't have to be perfect, but as near as you can. So I'm going to nick, so you just take off the 4 edges there, like that. So I will do 2 of those for a start. Just to show you, keep your bench clean, and then we just 1mm slices. Again then, probably a little over 2.5 should produce what we need. We'll do one more here. Nick. Obviously your Paysanne is going to be the slowest, so if you are proficient at the other cuts, then I would maybe think about maybe doing the Paysanne first, but that is down to your time plan and your skill set. So just turn this on and we'll just see where we are with this. Yeah, so it's going to probably take 4 of these. Obviously, these are things that you want to focus on when you're practicing there, so that you know exactly how much carrot that you need. You don't need a lot of vegetables here in order to produce this. Yep, so there you go. Again, just the last cut there. Okay, so here is the finished articles here. So everything is weighed, everything is 50 grams. So you can see my julienne here. Okay, I've kept them separate there. Okay, and you can separate them out if you want to see. Okay, like that. Again, then we move on to our mixed sweet and carrot there, 50 grams. Again, there you can run through that there and you can see it. And then you can see here for my Paysanne, I did 3 here. So I did the circles. Now, it took a little bit of time to do this, okay, because it's quite light and it gets 17 grams, you need quite a bit of it. So just think about the shapes that you're going to do, okay. Maybe it would have been better to do squares, okay, but that's up to you. Squares there, and then the carrot rounds, okay. So that is your task. Like I said, the other part then is your brunoise of your onion, which I will tag on now in a second. And there we go. Okay, so the last part of your vegetable task obviously is your brunoise and your Lyonnaise or sliced onion. So again then, try and weigh your onion, make sure the onion is maybe 60 to 70 grams. So once you trim up on any waste, then it will be near enough to 50 grams. So we cut it in half, okay, through the eye. We keep the eye like so. Okay, we're going to keep the root in, okay, because we want to do brunoise. So we want our vertical slices down. Even. Now you could cut those ends off because you are going to be removing them anyway at the end, because they're like so. And then what you want to do is we want our levels, our lines, level 1, level 2, level 3, and then we're just going to slice. Make sure you have a good sharp knife. And again, we only need 50 grams, like so, okay. And again, we just put that to one side, repeat the process. So again then, you can put that a little bit off if you want. And then we have 3/4 way back, okay, an invisible line there, you don't go past. Nice thin slices. Lines, level 1, level 2, level 3, and then it's just a matter of nice and neat, taking your time, sharp knife, let the knife do the work, holding it in place. Okay, that goes to your waste bowl. Alright, so just check through it, make sure it's all broken down, any big pieces. If it didn't break down, just take them out. Okay, and then we have a container. So we just get wait for it to come to 0, and we wait. Okay, yeah, so plenty much. So a little over half an onion will do it. So again, that's why it's important there that you pick the right onion. Otherwise, you're going to have a lot of waste like I have here. We just tip that onto our tray, like so. Okay, so really important. So then I would lose marks for this, as you can see, because I am over. Okay, and then the last part then is the sliced or Lyonnaise. So for this here, you cut it in half, and then I'll pop that tray on there and just bring it to 0. We're going to cut the root out this time. Okay, that's what holds the onion together. That goes your waste bowl. You just trim off the edge there again, and then we just want our slices. So nice thin slices. You can do it like that. Okay, or if you're proficient, nice, slow, steady through it. Keep them even. The waste end you don't need. Then just make sure they all are cut. Any irregular shape, just take them out there. We pop that in to my container here. We only need 50 grams. Again, this is where you pick the right onion. Okay, so I have 41 grams in that half. So obviously I'm going to go into the second one. So again, if you pick the right ingredients, then you can do it then one onion, once it's been trimmed and everything, should come to 50 grams. And like I said, you have less waste. Like so. Yeah, so I'm over now at 65, so you can just, that's a pure example there of picking the right ingredients there. So, because again, this is 65, so I am over, so we just need to take some out. And then you can see there, look, I'm over there by that much, okay? So we'll pop that there. And then this goes on my tray, like so. And then we just make sure it's all separated. And then we have that left over as well. So I cannot emphasize enough here of using the right ingredients, checking that you've selected the right ingredients. Okay, this is, like I said, it's like a 15-minute task. So 12 minutes to prepare and then 3 minutes at the end just to tidy up and for presentation, stuff like that. Okay, there you go. So I hope you liked this video showing an example of just your classical cut veg in the right dimensions, done the right processes, finish each process before you go on to the next. So we have our Brunoise of veg, or sorry, Brunoise of onion, our Lyonnaise onion, we have our Macedonie, we have 3 veg for Paysanne, and then we have our classical Julienne. So if you like this video, please like, subscribe and share to the channel, and we'll see you very soon again. Thank you.